Hey everyone, ahlan wa sahlan fikum. Today this is kind of just a little bit of a random video. So you know I have my Patreon set up now, and it's really cool because I've been able to have like some really cool conversations with people, just sending me questions and working through some answers. I'm kind of learning sort of in a way too, because you guys ask really interesting things and then it makes me think about it. So that's been really nice. And one question that I get a lot, not just there, but I've gotten in general, is how do I study, right? Like, do I use flashcards or blah, blah, blah? I kind of talked about this in the very first video I did about learning resources. I mentioned that I don't really use like apps, or I don't even quite do flashcards. So basically what I want to do is just make a little quick video about how I study Arabic and little sort of tips and advice. I don't really know how, I don't know, this is just how I do it, right? So it doesn't mean like, oh, you must do this, or like, this is gonna work for you. It's just, this is what I do and this is what works for me. And basically, I'm gonna show you, I have my notebook. The reason that I use this method, I guess it's a method, is because as you kind of have maybe gleaned, I place a lot of emphasis on verbs, right, for Arabic, because you can get all these derived terms from verbs. So like there's really a lot that you can do from verbs. So I don't even really like drill vocabulary that much, or I mean like nouns, right? Really a lot of what I do is verbs, because I feel like I use them more frequently. So yeah, I don't know, that's just really what I focus on, rather than words that, like nouns that might be kind of more obscure and I'll only use them once, or like I'll only see them once. So yeah, so verbs is what I do. So it's gonna be kind of random. I mean, I'm just gonna take the camera and show you. Let's see what's the best way for me to do this. Can you see this now? Yeah, okay. So this is my notebook, and basically the method, or like what I do is, it's more, you can see it here. Basically I have a list of verbs that I'm learning, and I'll have the list in English. Actually, this is my spreadsheet. But this is a page that you don't see in the downloadable version, because really it's just for me to practice. So I have a list of like a bunch of like verbs in English, and then what I do is that I like look at the list, and then I try to, like, without actually checking the spreadsheet, I'll just try to write it in Arabic, like basically to see if I remember. And it's okay if I don't, then I'll just go and check the spreadsheet. But the idea is that I'll just do that, like over and over. So, well, this is just like one sort of like set of all of these verbs. And then what I do is that I do that so many times, eventually like I'll start crossing some of them out. And then, see, you can see here, like I've crossed a lot of them out, and those are all the ones. So every like 3 sets of 3 or so, like I'll go like, okay, so which ones did I totally know, like right off the bat, like it immediately came to my mind, and then I'll just cross it out, and then I won't include that in the next set, because then I already feel like I know it. So I mean, I have tons and tons of pages of this. See, so here I did a few sets, and then here I started crossing some things out, and they don't really get that much shorter, the sets, because then I'm always adding new stuff. So actually the reason this is so huge, normally it would just be like 3 columns, but it's so huge because I haven't really done this in a while. Honestly, I haven't really done this since the summer, because I've been doing a lot of these videos and stuff. So I haven't really done that much. But normally, like I would delete stuff, like I would take stuff off the list, and then I would add more terms and start drilling those. And the reason, and I think the reason that that's a pretty good method, I'm not saying that it's better than flashcards, but the thing with flashcards is like it would take a long time to start putting stuff onto like the Quizlet or whatever, but like after just like a few times of studying that particular verb, like you'll start to, like, you won't really need that flashcard anymore, and then it's just a lot of time for something that is sort of very fleeting. Like I'm just gonna go and delete that so it would require constant editing and constant blah, blah, blah. This feels much more simple. Like I just add a new cell and just delete the cell. So you can make your own, like you can, on the spreadsheet that you can download, you can just add your own new page, and then have like a list of what verbs you want to learn, or words in general, and then keep your own list and keep track of like what you want to learn and what your goals are. Because like on the nouns page, I mean, there's tons of words, so you might want to focus on some that are particularly useful to you. Some other things, I mean, as you can see, like I also have like a bunch of other random sort of notes. Once I started studying a little bit more Fusha, I started basically writing down headlines from like news sites and whatever, and then try to translate it as best as I could. And then but because it's Fusha, it's for me it's actually tougher than you would think, because it can be quite different, and right, because it introduces a lot of like very like technical vocabulary. Like this is when I learned how to say Majlis al-Aman, which is the Security Council, like the UN Security Council. So of course, like, you know, but this is the thing, like everyone's method is going to be different, and it's really about what are your needs. What do you want to do? What do you want to learn? Do you want to learn a bunch of nouns? Do you want to learn like cooking lingo, right? So then have a list of these food words and then drill them over and over. And once like you feel like, okay, I definitely know that one, like you just don't, you know, drill them in the next set, right? And I think the act of writing it down, believe me, I mean, it's probably because I'm a visual learner also, but like I can see it. Like I feel like I can visually see the word. Like even when I read it in English, like I can visually see the word, and it also helps your handwriting. So actually, my handwriting was not great before, but I've been doing this basically since I started Arabic, or after I took like courses in university. I wasn't doing this, and this is actually like this is how ultimately I learned Arabic in a way, because like I wasn't studying it officially. This is just what I would do over and over and over and over again for millions of years. Now it can maybe be a little bit boring, but I don't know. I feel like this is, again, with flashcards, like if you just like look at it and then flip it and look at it, like I feel like this is much more tangible. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have in my nice notebook with a Fallahi. Well, I don't know if she doesn't have to be Fallahi from Ramallah. I got this in a cute store in Jerusalem. Obviously, this, you know, it's Arabic, so this is the front. Let's see if I can. Okay, we're back. So okay, now the next thing I wanted to show you, not really. I mean, it's kind of silly, but I got a cute little thing at Muji. I don't know if you know the store. I love this store. It's so expensive though, but I got this for exactly £1. And so it's something new, basically, that I'm going to, you know, start doing, I guess, for, to study. So I don't know, maybe this is like study inspo or something like that. But you know, really all it is I saw this in the store. Actually, before, we're in lockdown right now in London, but so like everything is just, I bought this online and then went and picked it up. But I had seen it when I had been in the store before, and I was like, huh, this could actually be a pretty good thing. So I just got this. It's like a tiny keychain. I mean, you can see it's pretty small. It's a tiny little keychain with all of these like individual pages, but they're quite small. And at first I didn't think anything of it. I was like, what would you write on that? And then I realized, oh, I can write some words, right? So basically I think what I'm going to start doing is, you know, this is also because at my level, I don't want to brag or anything, but like at this point I don't really know if I need to do this. I think that if I just visually like flip through the flashcards, that would probably be enough for me. I think just like seeing them enough. Whereas like in the beginning, I think it's really helpful to write it down over and over. But once you have a better grasp of things, I feel like, because in the beginning I was even writing like all the different conjugations too, more or less, like me, you, and I would do like something like that, past, present. But at this point I just write the past tense form because I know how to derive everything else. So I think the next step for me, this might be a good option, because basically I could write like the English term in the front and then the Arabic in the back, and then like I can take it with me, right? So like that's been the thing, like I don't know if I always have time to like really sit down and you know, write down all this stuff. But with this, like, I mean, I can just like be walking around, well, I don't know if I want to do that, but you know, like at any time I can just sort of flip through it and it's always there. And my thought is, because it's like in this keychain little format, first of all, it's very portable. But I could, like, once I feel like I know a word, I can just rip it out, right? And then done, you know? And not that I'm gonna forget about it, but like, I don't have to sort of, you know, it's very easy to adapt and add things. And like, it's £1, so like I could get another one if I run out, although it's 100 sheets, so I think this will be good. Anyway, I'm not saying go and buy this, but like something like this, like I'm just sort of talking about various ideas, various things you can do. How, like, yeah, it's just kind of inspiration, like see what you come up with, how you might use some of these strategies if you want to try to write things, if you want to keep doing flashcards. I don't know. I mean, you can also drop in the comments, like, how do you study? Like, what do you like to do? What do you focus on? What is your goal? Like, are you trying to learn verbs? Are you trying to learn nouns, adjectives? Like, where are you at? It's really nice if we can all share and kind of learn from each other. That's really the goal here, like just showing, like, because a lot of people want to know, like, oh, how did you learn? But really, it's nothing special. Like, I didn't use Anki. Everyone asks me about Anki. I have no idea what Anki is really. I mean, I guess it's flashcards, but I don't even know. Quizlet I've heard of, but I don't really use any of that. But yeah, anyway, that's really all I had to say. Yeah, just some ideas. I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be really fun and exciting, I think. So get excited about that. It's not going to be grammar. It's going to be interesting, I promise.